Hey.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome back, Misfits, and welcome back to a new episode. Today, we're doing something different. We're doing a Q&A. This episode is called Misfits React, and we're doing a question and answer for the first time, really.
Yeah.
And we're just going to get into some, it's not nitty gritty, really. But We're just going to answer some questions. It's personal questions. We just have some random cards in our hands. And we're just going to go through and answer some questions. And, maybe you get to know us a little better.
Yeah, we get to know each other better.
Yeah.
Y'all get to know us better. It's definitely out of the normal, programming, if you will. But we just thought it'd be fun to do something different to get to know each other.
Yep. So here we go.
We'll see you guys.
Yeah, we'll see you on the other side. Question number 1. If you were lost in the woods, how would you find your way out?
My phone? Listen, I'm not an outdoorsy person. I'm not a camping person.
No.
That would be very terrifying. I can't say I can follow the moon or the stars.
I don't have a compass.
None of that. Yeah. So unless I have my phone and it's somehow I can get GPS on it, that's my only tool.
Yeah.
Because I cannot fathom any other way I can get out. I don't know to recognize signs or anything. Okay, what is your favorite movie of all time and why? And what's your favorite movie theater candy?
That's so funny because it's about to get weird. So I love musicals. My favorite movie of all time. I have several favorite movies, but my favorite movie of all time that I can quote from beginning to end is The Sound of Music.
Really? I've actually never seen that.
I love it with a passion. I own it. You can borrow it.
Okay.
It's my favorite movie of all time. And then my favorite, movie theater candy?
Yes.
I would say, if I go to the movie theaters, I'm for sure always going to get popcorn. I'm going to get an icy if I can. If they have ices, I'm going to get a Coca-Cola icy. That's just going to happen. Favorite candy, though, I'm probably just going to get Sugar Daddy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What are Sugar Daddies?
The caramel, drop thingies.
Are they little round ones?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know why I'm thinking of those small ones.
Yeah.
Whoppers.
Or Raisinets, because I'm also 75 years old.
Why are we the same? Yeah. I love Raisinets.
I love Raisinets. Man, I live
My
for
siblings
that.
don't
I
like
even know
raisins.
why, because it's just chocolate. And it sounds disgusting, but they're great.
But it's such a good combo,
yes.
right? I don't know if
great.
it's
and there's usually a lot in the box also. The box isn't empty most of the time.
No, it's not
great.
some other.
Yeah. I'm glad we agree. That's great. We can share snacks.
For me, Pride and Prejudice.
Yes.
Is my one of my favorites. Yeah, I can't. I have a few others that I like.
Yeah.
But that's probably my favorite. I can watch it any day, all day, whatever. It doesn't matter. I love Raisinets, but I don't normally get them at the theater. Mm-hmm. So usually popcorn.
Yeah.
But I never initiate buying the popcorn. It's always my siblings, and I'm oh yeah, I do want popcorn. I don't know why I don't think of it.
I'm not how there's some people that they're hot dog people at the theater or nacho people. Nah, I'm not about to get my hands dirty.
I've tried nachos and I'm this doesn't feel right.
Right.
And then I tried pretzel once, and it was too dry. Mm-hmm. This isn't theater movie.
Yeah, it's not putting me in the mood.
Yeah, so I was nah. If it's anything, it's just popcorn. Yes. And no extra butter. I just like the way it is. I'm good.
Movie theater popcorn is crazy.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah. It's addictive.
It is. All right, next one says, name a change that was hard for you. Why was it hard? What did you learn?
Oh, wow.
We're getting deep.
Wow.
That took a whole turn.
I have two kind of significant ones that I remember. One was my family used to live in California, and we moved here when I was 8. And so I just remember that being really hard. Just as a kid, just up and moving to a whole different city, making new friends, just whole different atmosphere and everything. That was really, I just remember it being really hard for me. Because I'm but all my friends are here, all my family's here, that kind of thing. So that was an adjustment. And then I remember high school too. We actually, we moved, we were still in San Antonio, but we moved from one side of town to the other. So obviously different districts, different schools, all that. So it was I went from being a freshman in one high school to being a sophomore in the next year in another high school, completely different. And that was really hard for me as well. Just trying to cope with I left all my friends, and it was at an age where you don't have a car and you're still kind of growing and figuring who you are. So I'm what is happening? I have 0 friends now. And so that was really hard for me. Just kind of building back up and getting to know like all these new people who knew each other from like elementary, and I'm the newbie, you know?
Yeah.
So those were two pretty like hard times for me.
That happened to me. I switched schools, and this isn't one of my answers, but I switched schools going into 7th grade. I went to a completely different school, and I had a similar experience because I had come from a Baptist school, Baptist all English private school, to another private school, but it wasn't. It was like a non-denominational school, and all of these kids had been together since like pre-K or something. You know?
Like
so
you can tell, right?
Yeah, I was just like, I don't belong here, you know? So it took a minute, but I ended up graduating from that school. But yes, I can relate to that. Change that was hard for me. Why was it hard? What did you learn? I think the biggest change for me, or one of the biggest changes for me, and this is about to get deep, but it's when I got a divorce. And that was just adjusting to, you know, from when you go from being two people to going to one person, right? And then you're living by yourself because at least for me, it was the first time I ever lived by myself. So adjusting to that was very difficult. And why was it hard? Because it was a whole divorce. I don't need to explain that to you.
To get to know yourself again.
Yeah, and what did you learn? So I just learned to be more independent and more self-reliant. And I learned, I think the best and most important thing that I learned was that it's important for every human being to learn how to be alone. Because it's essential, you know, then you don't have this like codependency thing. And it's not that you don't need people, because we do, but you don't need to 100% rely on people for everything.
And you learn so much about yourself, things that you actually do like and don't like, and how you like to do things. When you live at home or live with, you know, like you, then you kind of depend on that person, or kind of adapt to a lot of things that you don't realize, like, hey, I don't actually care about this. Right.
So you have to figure out yourself. So yeah, that was one of the biggest changes of my life.
Do you see the cup half full or half empty?
Half full.
And why?
Half full. Always half full. Because it's easier, really. I mean, I feel like it doesn't matter really what you're going through. There's always something good that can come out of it, especially when you believe in God. You're just like, okay, this has a purpose, and I don't know what it is, but I'm sure he's working it out for my good. I just need to stay in this as long as I can and just keep going. So always half full.
I think for me, same, but I think I wasn't always like that. I think for me, I was very skeptical, just being younger and trying to figure this out. Like, I was like, is it gonna work out? Is it gonna, you know what I mean? Like, I kind of swayed towards the negative, and I've definitely learned in the last, you know, several years, but definitely seeing like, what's the good, you know, what's the benefit? What can I learn, even if it's a bad situation, like that.
How can you tell if someone is telling the truth or lying?
I'll pull a Joey here. Like, yeah, he's not looking.
He's looking at the floor.
He's looking at the floor.
That's Friends reference for all of you that missed that.
Gosh, that's hard. Yeah. Because I think when you're younger, I feel like it's a little easier to tell because they're still learning how to lie. But as you get older, I think people can mask it a lot more. But yeah, I think if they're inconsistent, if they seem to be kind of nervous or standoffish about it, if you ask things and they kind of seem defensive, that's usually a good sign.
Yeah.
Like, why don't you want to share?
Question and then they get angry and it's like, why are you upset right now? Like, I'm literally just asking a question. Or if you ask a question, then for some reason they start attacking you because they want you to get mad so you can like derail the conversation.
Yeah, like trying to distract you from like what they're trying to lie to you about. They're like, no, look at you, and be like, wait, what?
Yeah, I think the best way to do that is just looking and noticing the person's track record, right? Because I think that says a lot about a person depending on how consistent they are. So just looking at the decisions that they've made before and the things that they've told you before, and you're like, I think this is, it's just all about character, really.
Yeah. I think the people that they hang around with, like, what do they say about them as well? You know, like, you know, people like, oh yeah, like, don't believe them, they're gonna be there, and you're like, okay, I probably don't, you know, I need to like be a little hesitant maybe to believe everything, but
yeah, for sure.
Oh, this is kind of interesting. If you could have chosen your own first name, what would it be?
That's crazy. I don't think that. So, okay, this is like backstory, but basically, my dad's side of the family, all of my immediate family members their names start with R. Oh. And except mine. And I've always been really butthurt about it. It's just like, excuse me, why does my name? I was the first one. It could have started with me. Why did you just switch up the game after I was born? So I've always had that thing. But it's funny. It's like my dad, his two brothers, my grandfather, my sister, and my immediate cousin, and then I have another cousin who was born after like, he wasn't even from the immediate family. Like, my uncle that got divorced, got remarried, and his name still starts with an R. And it's just like, that's just rude. So, I have an alias whenever, like, I'm around my family. And it's just a funny thing that we do because I feel left out. So it's all the names start with R, but like my dad, my grandfather, and my sister and my cousin, all their names start with Rudy, and then they have either a middle name or a second part to the name. So my alias is Rudy Mar, M-A-R, as in Rudy C, whatever. It makes sense in Spanish. So for my English speaking people, it might not make sense, but in Spanish, it says Rudy Mar, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my alias.
Oh, interesting.
And that's my story. And I'm sticking to it. I just feel left out. Guys, let me in.
Let me in. I want to be part of your club. Your R club.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think I have a name that I would have wanted to be named. I just remember, just in school, it was always hard to have a name Yadira. And they always butchered it. So I was like, ugh. Like in my head, I was like, if only my name was easier.
Right.
But as far as liking my name, I've always liked my name.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until like, I'd say recently, the last 10 years, probably, that I was like starting to tell people, oh, you can call me Yadi. Like, it wasn't until like maybe college. Yeah. Because I was so used to Yadi being like my home name. Like, only my family can call me that. You don't know me, you don't get to call me that.
Yeah. And I felt that too. Like, people that I've talked to maybe twice, and all of a sudden they go, hey, Fran. I'm like, I don't know you. Like, what? And then I'm just like, okay, never mind. It's fine. It's fine.
It's easier for them. It's
fine.
It's
easier for you. It's fine. It's fine.
A name I really like, though, this is a kind of a funny story. I always liked the name Priscilla. Yeah. And so when my mom was going to have my sister, I really wanted Priscilla. And there's a whole backstory, which I won't get into, but she named her Priscilla and then quickly changed it because someone convinced her to change it. Yeah. And I remember going to the hospital, be like, yay, my sister Priscilla. And like, oh no, her name is Denise. And I was like, the disrespect.
Yeah, how dare you?
And my mom felt really bad, but I, like, looking back, I don't blame her. Because like, hello, she just had a baby and like hormones, I'm sure. And like, just sleep deprived, whatever. Yeah. She was easily like convinced to like change it. And then she even thought about changing it back, and I was like, no, it's too late. It's
fine. I don't need you to make it better now. It's whatever. I'll use it for my own children.
Like, how weird would it be if her name was Priscilla? Like, I just can't see it anymore. Yeah. It's just so weird. And not that I don't like that name anymore, but I will never use it because I'm like, it was like a moment in time, and it's just gone now. So that's just a side story, but
that's funny. This is good. Would you rather receive handmade holiday gifts or store-bought gifts, and why?
Ooh. Are we talking like like a knit?
I'm gonna say that it's just like, it's like good holiday gifts. Not weird, like someone made you an ashtray or like a mug or something. Like, they actually made you something good. Like, I don't know, somebody made you a cabinet or something. Like, like
something cute for your house.
Right, like, or like something good.
Yeah.
Would you rather have like a store-bought one or like a handmade one?
I think I'd like a handmade one just because I know it's like, if they do it, it's because, one, I hope they know me well enough, and two, they put time into it. Yeah. That's a lot more significant than something store-bought. So yeah, I think if it was between the two and someone asked me like, hey, do you want me to buy you something or make you something? I'd be like, make me something. Right. I want to know what you think I like or what you'd want to make for me.
I think that's a default, like, because that just means so much more. Yeah. If it's a good gift. Like, if you're going to make me something and it's, I don't know.
Out of popsicle sticks because you can't think of anything else.
If you don't know how to knit and you want to make me a pair of socks, like, come on, buddy. Just, I don't know. Watch another YouTube video or something. But if it's something like that comes from the heart, then probably, then, you know, both gifts work. Just give me a gift.
Just if you give me a gift, that's fine. If you don't give me a gift, that's fine too.
That's fine too.
Just come on over. Let's hang out. If you were being abducted, what would you do and how?
Oh, how am I being abducted? Like, is it aliens or?
I don't know. Do we want to answer that?
Yeah, you can answer that.
I don't know. I watch too much true crime to think of it like a normal thing.
I don't know how, right? Because it depends on how you're being abducted. But I would just try to fight as much as possible. Just try to beat some people up. I'm like, I'm not taking me alive, you know? I don't know. But yeah, I think I'd just try to fight. Or run. If I could run, I'd probably run too. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what I'd do. I'm thinking Miss Congeniality. Have you seen the movie? Yeah. She's like, all you have to do is sing. Yeah. And like, you know, you hit them in different places. But like, if I can remember that, that's maybe what I would try.
I guess it depends on the scenario, really.
Yeah.
That's very vague.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's try another one. Who is the most famous person you've ever met?
Nobody. I don't think I've met famous people. The closest thing we came, this is so Mexico, but we were at a zoo in Guadalajara years ago. I was like a kid. I can't remember how old. But there's a singer called Pedro Fernandez. I know it's Fernandez.
Just ruined the whole story.
I just ruined the whole story. And yeah, we saw him, and like my aunt or somebody was recording, and they like zoomed in on him. We're like, hey, and we like said hi to him or something. Oh wow, this is like a famous person. I can't remember his name. I'm not gonna mess it up because I'm sure it's wrong. It wasn't Pedro Fernandez now that I think of it, but it was a Fernandez. But one of those, norteño kind of mariachi singers.
We'll get back to you about this name once we finish this episode. It'll probably
I'll dub it in.
Yeah,
I'll send Fran the name and she can dub it in. Like it was Fernandez.
So I've met a couple of famous people, and this is just because I used to work at the airport back in Puerto Rico. This wasn't at the airport, but I've met Mark Anthony.
Okay.
Met him. I met not met like hi my name is, but like I've seen like literally a couple, like maybe 1 foot away from my face, Benicio del Toro. Seen him.
Okay.
I met these two guys. So you remember the show White Collar?
I remember the name of that. Yeah.
So there's two guys. There's Stanford from Sex and the City, which recently passed away. Rest in peace.
Yes.
I met him, and I met the guy that plays the main character of that show.
Okay.
And I can't remember his name.
We're really good about meeting
I can't
famous
remember
people.
his name, but I met him also. And then I met I met this other guy. He was on ER for a while, and I can't remember his name either. So yeah, I met a couple of people just because I used to work at the airport, but that's not much of a story, so I can't remember their names.
I'm seriously trying to think of anyone else. I've been to a couple of like comedy shows where I met, the comedians.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I can't think of anyone like at least medium famous that I could be like, yeah, I met them. Like, no. I've gone to their shows, but that's like hundreds, thousands of people. So that doesn't count. Okay, this is an interesting. What would you most like to ask God?
Oh, that's crazy.
What would you most like to ask?
My God, I've never actually thought about that.
That was a hard one.
What would I most like to ask God? I don't know. I can't think of a question off the top of my head. Or maybe I would ask him, that's a lie. Maybe I would ask him so you know how when God has his preferred will for your life, right? Mm-hmm. And you're walking the path. But of course, we've all taken detours, right?
Yeah.
I would like to ask him, if I did everything right, what is my life supposed to look like?
What was the initial plan A?
Yeah, exactly. What does what you wrote down? Let me see it.
Yeah.
Like, what was I supposed to do
when I went over here and here and here?
Stuff, yeah. With no detours, what was my life supposed to look like? That I would like to know that. Yeah.
Interesting. I don't know what I'd ask. What was it? An apple?
Oh. What fruit was it?
Or I heard the other day, like, we think of the serpent like it looks like the snake, but like we don't know what the actual serpent looked like because all the Bible tells us is after all that happened, like he, condemned him to like be slithering on the floor or whatever. Yeah. So what was the serpent like? Yeah. Like what kind of form was it?
Right. Yeah, that'd be cool.
That's just what came to my head, but yours was a lot
deeper.
That
makes me think of like what was Eden like?
Oh yeah,
like when you're just close to God.
Because I know I've seen paintings, right?
Yes,
of like the garden, and then there's always like that one tree. It's like glowing. I'm like, was it really glowing?
Yeah.
Or you just like it's that one right there. Yeah. Okay, we don't need it to be glowing. You just know it's that one, But
if you could be, we've already talked about this, but it bears repeating. If you could be any animal, what would it be and why?
Apparently I said giraffe, right?
You did. You said polar bear first, and then you said giraffe.
Polar bear.
Do you want to stick to your answer?
Well, giraffes are so cool. Like
they are.
They're like so weird.
Yeah. Have you seen those YouTube videos of giraffes fighting?
Yes.
It's just like necks everywhere.
It's just weird.
It's crazy.
And then they have long legs and they're very long. I'm
still want to be
either polar bear. I'm still with polar bear or giraffe. Like they're just cool. Although my favorite animal, like that I just remember loving forever, was like the Bengal tiger.
Gotcha.
Like I just think they're just majestic looking,
Like pumas.
Yeah, the way they walk, But yeah, I even had like a poster. Like who has a poster of a tiger? But I just really liked it.
Yeah. It reminds me of Anne Frank, or not Anne Frank.
Yeah,
Lisa
yeah.
Frank.
Lisa
the
Frank.
stickers. And Frank is someone completely
R.I.P.
different. Sorry, we went left.
sorry.
Yeah, Lisa Frank.
We're having difficulty with names today.
This is how our brains actually work when we don't have a scripted episode. I just want everyone to know.
But yes, Lisa Frank.
Yes, Lisa Frank. I will stick with my previous answer. I will still want to be an orca.
Yeah.
They're my favorite. They're just beautiful. And this all stems back from, if you want to get to know me a little bit deeper, I love the Free Willy movies since I was a kid. Obsessed.
Oh, okay.
And that's where that comes from. So yeah, that's where that comes from.
That's interesting.
Yep.
What is your favorite season and why?
Ooh, my favorite season is fall and winter.
Same.
Why specifically? Because I'm originally from Puerto Rico, and I'm just not meant to. I'm not built to live in the heat. I don't. If I
Wait, is it not hot there?
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
not. I was born in the wrong place. Like after I moved to out here and California, and I lived in all these places, and I experienced fall and winter and the windy and the jackets and the hoodies. I was like, I'm never leaving. This is not. If I could live in Alaska and potentially not end up hating it because it is so cold, I probably would. Like I just love the cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, I very much dislike summer. Like I don't know what to wear.
Yeah.
You're hot, all sweating all the time. I just can't do it. I don't like it.
Yeah, when we moved here, I was also from California. I moved here when I was 8, like I said earlier. But we lived north of California. So I think the hottest I ever got was like 80 degrees. So it was very nice weather like all the time. And so, I mean, you just had sweaters year long because you're like, it's cold. It's cool. And so when we moved here actually in November time. So it was already kind of like not hot. So when summer came around, it was like a huge, like, what is this humidity and heat?
Yeah.
Why do I take off all the layers and it's still like so hot and I'm sweating?
permeating.
Yeah.
Yep.
So definitely fall, winter, 100%. I love scarves.
Oh, definitely.
I love boots.
Jackets.
I love
just layering
sweaters.
In general. Oh, it's a whole vibe.
Like the years when it's not that cold, I'm actually upset that I didn't get to wear like my coats.
Yeah.
Because I'm like,
or like when it gets cold, but it's like November, and I'm like, we lost all of these months that we should have been layering. What are you doing, Texas?
yes. So the longer it's cold, the better for me.
How was your bedroom decorated when you were growing up? Was it clean or messy?
How was it decorated?
Yeah.
Well, my mom probably
you had,
decorated it.
Tiger posters on the wall. We already know
I
that.
had one, and it wasn't a huge poster. I just said I had one. I actually did have posters now that I think about it. It was pretty like basic.
Yeah.
I had a full bed, a full-size bed. Pretty basic like wood stuff, but I do remember like probably like preteen, teen years. I was very much into like the little heartthrob.
Yeah.
So
same.
JTT.
Yes.
Andrew Keegan, all those like kids from those movies. Like I was a kid and I was like, they're just so cute. So I had posters of them all over my wall because I'm like, one day one of them's gonna be my boyfriend. I never met any of them, never panned out, unfortunately. But you know, that was my vibe in my room. I just had a ton of posters from magazines I would buy from my allowance because I'm like, these are like $5. I want the centerpiece, you know, folded,
the
whatever.
fold out thing. Yep.
With the guy with the baggy pants, and I thought he was so dreamy.
Mine was exactly the same. I actually shared a room with my sister until I was like 18 years old, and then we moved into this different house, and then I had a room by myself. But you know, she had her side, I had my side.
Yeah,
my side was always clean, her side was always messy. That's just the way it's like. Her side of the closet was a mess, my side of the closet was clean. And my walls were exactly the same, but my walls had, it wasn't like JTT. I knew who they were, but I just had boy bands all over my walls,
okay.
right? So I had NSYNC. I could never pick. So I was an NSYNC girl. I was a Backstreet Boys girl. I was a 98 Degrees girl.
Okay. So you had them
there
all.
was this band, and I remember discovering them on like the Disney Channel or something, and it was called the band is called Five.
Oh.
That was a whole thing.
Five.
So I had posters of them, but it was all boy bands. That's all I had on my wall.
I think I had one of Hanson, maybe. Bop.
Yeah. Bop.
Can you tell I was into like white boys?
Yes. So yeah, boy bands and a clean room.
Yeah.
Shared with my sister. Just don't annoy the living Jesus out of me. But yes.
What would you put inside a time capsule to be opened in 100 years?
I think I would literally, if I could only put one thing in that capsule, it would be my phone. It has everything. It has everything. I mean, I get a new one. But it has everything. It has pictures, right?
Yeah.
It has music. It has contacts. It has messages. It has
your calendar.
Like, it has literally
events.
everything that I've ever done is on my phone. So that's all I would need.
So someone needs to know you from that time.
All they need is my phone. Yeah.
That's so smart.
Yeah.
I haven't thought of that.
I should let you answer first.
I would have said something dumb. Like, a picture of my family. I thought that's dumb. But a Bible.
A King James version of the Bible.
No.
People need to know.
I need to give him
People need to know where it all started.
No, I need to give him a different one because I feel like
the message.
Eventually he'll go back.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, no more other versions.
Yeah.
Just go back to King James. Like, okay, you need to know there existed other versions.
Yeah.
They were easier to read.
Open your eyes. All right.
That's
so,
funny.
what is your favorite?
Oh, that's so hard.
That is hard.
I don't think I have a favorite, like, specific dish or food. I mean, I love Chinese food. I always say Chinese food because I love lo mein. But I just love all food.
Yeah.
It's hard. Like, if you give me pasta, I love Alfredo.
Yeah. Like, I don't have a specific cuisine that I just enjoy more than the other ones. I just like food in general.
I love
But
soups,
if I could survive on 3 things and never eat anything again, I would eat cereal.
Okay.
I would eat potatoes because I can make them. I can mash them, fry them. I can do anything.
I always have potatoes.
Yeah. So cereal, potatoes, and ice cream. Specifically cookies and cream ice cream. That's all I need. It's all carbs and sugar. But if I could never eat anything again, those are the 3 things that I would.
I'm on board for the first 2. Don't think I need.
You don't need the ice cream.
Ice cream. I'd probably do cookies just on their own.
Yeah.
Or popcorn. Popcorn.
Good choice. Good choice. Good choice.
If you could do any job in the world for one day, what would you choose?
Astronaut.
You would be an astronaut.
For sure.
Really?
Bouncing up there. Hey. Yeah, that would be so cool.
I just think
I would
so
be terrified
scary.
to be like flowing outside of the shuttle. Like, that would be terrifying. Because it's just vast and dark.
Yeah.
And like I can't.
And like
literally
space will suck you in.
Yeah, like I could die.
Yeah.
But I would definitely.
I don't think I've ever thought about what job I'd want to do.
Yeah. I feel like the default answer is like, I'd like to be president of the United States.
That's stressful. That's a
it's
lot
like
of
the most stressful day of your
like
life.
they'd give me like all the things.
The day you do it is the day some other country declares war on us.
Yeah.
And you have to figure it out.
And I have to like, oh, do you have the
and
codes
Biden's
to
looking at you like, nah, it's your day. Figure it out.
Like, you mean I have to press the buttons?
I'm playing golf.
No, thank
figure
you.
it out.
It's my day off. You do figure it out. Yeah, no. I could do any job. I don't know what I'd do. I pass.
Pass. All right, we'll come back to that. All right. This one says, "What do you say or do when someone compliments you?"
Nah. I just stare at them like so uncomfortable. Thank you.
It depends on the compliment, right? And who it's coming from, of course.
Yes, of
but
course.
Typically, like if it's coming from someone that I know, if it's coming from someone that I know, or even someone that I don't know, this falls in the same category. I either like don't say anything and I like nod awkwardly, depending on what it is, or I just say thank you. Yeah. And then I immediately compliment them back because I feel weird.
You feel
if
obligated?
I feel weird if I don't say anything back.
Like, oh, you look nice too. I should have said something.
Yeah, like I like your shirt, and I'm like, I need to find something that I like on them too.
Yes, I love your
Bro, your hair looks
shoelaces.
great. Yeah. Your smile is real sparkly today.
Yeah. There's something about that lip gloss you're wearing.
There's something about that walk. Hey, you're really killing it today. Just like in the most awkward way possible. Yeah. But yeah, I usually just say thank you, and then I compliment them back, or I just run. Yeah. Because I feel so awkward.
I do say thank you, but usually it's like, thank you. Yeah. Because I'm like, I don't know.
It's like unexpected. I'm like,
yeah, usually it's unexpected.
Yeah.
But you're right. If it's someone I know, like, I don't feel as weird about it. I'm just like, oh, like, because I know you're genuine about it.
Right.
Like, I know you, and you would only compliment me if you really, like,
I
really think that's nice or whatever. But someone I don't know, I, like, don't know how to react. So even though I am saying thank you inside of me, I'm like, huh?
Yeah. This goes hand in hand with, like if someone hits on you, you know? And it's just like, ooh.
You're like,
I don't know what to do with my hands. Like, do I run? Do I not run?
Can I leave now?
This is unpleasant.
Yeah. How do I respond to this?
I gotta go. Yeah.
Cheerio.
Have a good day, sir.
Well, this was a good one. What is something you would like to accomplish and why?
is something that I would like to accomplish and why? I think right now, the only thing that I'm working on things, but the only thing that I'm really like actively working on where it's like a goal and I need to finish that is just the degree that I'm working on.
Mm-hmm.
And then because I'm studying to be a therapist, I can't be a therapist if I don't finish this degree. So it's just like, I can't do what I want to do unless I finish all these essays. So yeah, finishing my degree so I can actually be a therapist and like help people. That's step one to get to step two. Yeah.
For me, I'd like to have my own business. Not really sure what, but I'd like to eventually down the line, like have my own business about something.
Yeah.
Something I've thought about for a little while, but I want to think about it more seriously. Because it gets a little tiring to do the 9 to 5 and all that, and I feel like there's opportunities out there that I just have not let myself explore. So yeah, I think that'd be kind of cool. Like in the next 5 years.
Yeah. We gotta figure that out.
Yeah.
And this I'm just gonna rephrase this question, but basically the question says, what is your favorite worship song?
Ooh. Like
now.
I was like all time.
I would just say like right now. Oh yeah. So while we're looking for these songs and you're just sitting there waiting for us to figure it out, we have 2 playlists on Spotify. You can search them under Midtown Misfits. One is a feel good, like good vibes playlist, and the other one is a worship playlist. So you can go ahead and check those out. I'm gonna go first. I think I do have my favorites, of course, everyone does, but I heard one yesterday that really I was just like, oh, this is good. And it's called Head to Heart by United Pursuit. And I literally found it yesterday, and I've been playing that for the entire day now. So that's my new one.
Have you added it to the playlist?
I have.
Okay.
I have. It's on the playlist.
Good. I will check it out.
Yeah.
Ooh. I can't think of the name of the one I like. I know they sang it at church, but I can't think of it right now. But I think Gyra is still one of my favorites. Like I still listen to it often. That's by Maverick City. That's still one of that I kind of go back to.
Yeah, Maverick City is just cool.
Yeah, they have so many good ones. So yeah, I can't think of the other one that I like. Might be by them too, but yeah, they're just a good ensemble to listen to. Ensemble. How does it make you feel when someone is angry with you?
I don't like it. We have to have a conversation. I have to figure out why you're angry with me. But it depends on what the reason is, right? Like if they have a reason to be angry with me, like, okay, let's talk about it, and then you figure it out. You forgive me when you want to forgive me or whatever. But if you have no reason to be angry with me, right, and you're just in a huff, like I will literally just completely stalk you until you just get over it. Like there's no reason for you to be angry with me. Like, why are you angry with me? Because I just like to talk things out, and sometimes it's just a little too much. But yeah, no, I don't like it. That's my stock answer. No, don't be angry with me. I probably didn't do anything wrong. Stop it. You have no reason to be angry with me. I am perfect.
I have a hard time believing people will be angry with me. Like, truly angry. Because I feel like I'm always right.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of times when people are mad at me, it's because I proved them like
so
that
funny.
I was right. And they're like mad about it. I'm like, you have no reason to be mad.
That's true.
Like I confirmed what I thought was.
Like, I've literally been right this whole time. Like, why are you mad at me?
Why are you mad at me for being right?
Yeah, you should be mad at yourself. I helped you.
But I like want to talk it out.
Yeah.
I just like, if you need a moment.
Like, take a minute.
Yeah.
But
like I don't want you coming yelling at me, right? Like that's
let's
rude.
Talk about it. Yeah.
But yeah, if they're angry,
just stay mad at me and never talk to me again. That's not how this works.
Yeah, but I always, and there have been people in my life where they're like, I just don't want to talk. I'm like, no, you can be angry all you want, but like eventually you need to talk about it, and I'm gonna bug you till you do.
Exactly.
If you take, if I give you time and then you don't actually bring it up, I'm like, I'm gonna bring it up because I want to know why.
We have to handle
and like, is there something I can do to help the situation, or is it something that maybe you misunderstood? Like, there's so many variables that I could not just leave it.
Yeah. No, we're not just gonna leave it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
we're not good ignorers.
Need to hash it out.
And we're gonna answer this as adults, but like, what is your favorite household chore, and what is your least favorite household?
My least favorite is dishes.
Yeah.
it's just, they never end. I hate it. And I have a dishwasher, but since it's only me, I always feel bad, like, oh, I need to wash 5 dishes.
Yeah. I actually heard, I saw this on YouTube. I don't know how true this is, but supposedly you use less water using the dishwasher than actually like using the sink to wash your dishes.
Maybe because you're leaving the water running versus just like an hour.
Yeah. So if that helps anyone and someone just won a whole battle, you're welcome.
I might not feel so bad about washing my, 8 pieces of.
Yeah. The whole week's worth of dishes. Yeah.
My favorite, I like wiping things down. Like, it's satisfying to me. Like, I wipe down the tables and wipe down my coffee table. Like, that's satisfying to me.
Yeah.
So I think that's my favorite. Everything else is just
Yeah.
You just gotta get it done.
I would say, like, yeah, dishes are terrible. Even if you live alone, it's just like, ugh. And dishes and just cleaning the house in general, you know what I mean? Or cleaning the apartment or whatever it is that you live. It's just like, there's so many components, you know what I mean? You have to do the wiping and you have to do the floors and then you have to do the bathroom and then you have to do the shower and it just feels like it never ends. Thankfully, my house isn't that big and I don't have that big of a problem, but still, it's just not enjoyable. No. I do enjoy folding laundry though.
Okay.
It makes me feel very domesticated. It makes me feel like a 1920s housewife. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I actually don't mind laundry.
Yeah, like just doing towels and it just
fluffing them up.
Yeah, I don't mind it at all. I don't mind it at all. That would be my
like making the bed. I don't mind doing that either.
That would
like,
be
I'm fine with
the
that.
one I have. Absolutely no.
This one kind of falls into the same. It says, what are your 3 least favorite things to do?
Like ever?
I guess just in general, like stuff, like day-to-day stuff.
I would say, based on how my life is set up, cooking and meal prepping.
Okay.
Dislike it with a passion. I do it because number 1, I need to eat.
Yeah.
And number 2, I count macros and I weigh out my food and all these things, and I'm trying to.
It just makes your day-to-day
easier, I'm
easier,
trying to stay in shape or whatever. So that's just my choice. It's a terrible choice, but it's my choice, and that's how I have to live now. But yeah, just making my food and meal prepping it is just. I wish I didn't. I wish I had enough money to just eat out all the time.
Yeah,
that's what I would.
Or like a meal service.
Yeah, like every time. Like bring me my food, so all I have to do is heat it up. If I never had to make anything again, that would be fine. And I would say I go to the gym in the morning, like first thing in the morning. And if I had a choice, like if the gym was as empty at night as it is in the morning, I would never go in the morning.
Okay.
I do it because it's just
less crowded.
It's just less people, and I can get in and out, and then I can go out by the rest of my day, and I don't have to worry about working out ever again until the next day.
Yeah.
So I would say getting up early because of that, cooking, and then it was 3.
Yeah.
I'd say the third one would be not working from home. I think I would love to work from home. Like it would be bliss.
Yeah.
It would be bliss. Yeah. Like managing your own schedule and just doing your work, but also getting other stuff done, getting errands done during the week, and just kind of being in control of my own schedule. I think that the fact that I cannot do that is something that I dislike very much.
Yeah.
So I think that'd be cool too.
I think that's something I've kind of learned because I do work from home, but I do have a regular, like I have to be in at certain time and out at a certain time. And since working from home, I realized I think I would be so much more efficient if I could work for a few hours and then go and do stuff.
Yeah.
And then work a couple more hours and then go and do stuff. I would love to be able to do that. And I think, as just a regular schedule, you can't because people need you to be available, during certain hours.
Right.
So I like that. I would say I wish we had more flexibility there.
Yes.
Just in general. Let's see, my least favorite. I don't enjoy packing or unpacking, actually, like after trips.
Yeah.
Unpacking I'm the person who like leaves it in the suitcase for a week. So if
you start picking stuff out of the suitcase, just
Yes.
Yeah. You're like, oh, I need those pants. They're in the suitcase. Yeah.
So packing isn't so bad. It's the unpacking that's like a drag for me. So if someone could just come over and unpack for me,
that'd be great.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. Send us an email if you want to unpack Yadi's suitcase. She's going on a trip this weekend. Send us an email if you can unpack her stuff when she gets back.
Next time I see you, I'll be like, is your suitcase still in the corner? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still sitting in the corner with all my stuff in it.
Yeah.
I just took out my toothbrush and stuff and,
all the important things.
Yeah, just the essentials.
Yeah.
Who needs those pair of jeans?
It'd be funny if you're like, because sometimes we pack and we don't use most of the clothes or whatever. Mm-hmm. But if you just got back and threw everything in the dirty, like just threw everything in the wash,
cares?
You're like, I don't even care if it's clean or dirty. I just don't want to deal with it right now.
That might be
throw
smarter.
everything in the wash.
Just that way you don't have to sort it out or try to like, did I wear this top? Who cares?
Yeah.
Wash it.
You're like,
what's one more wash? It's fine.
It'll be fine.
And I don't really enjoy shopping. I like clothes. But sometimes it's just tedious. Like, can someone just dress me?
Yeah.
Can you pick an outfit for me? That might be my other one.
I get that. I don't like shopping aimlessly. You know how some people like window
Yeah.
shopping? I dislike that.
Like,
with passion.
I try to, like, okay, you know what? Like, not that I need stuff, like, I need something for an event or something, but, like, hey, you know, I probably need to get a couple of new shirts. So, to me, that's kind of, like, aimless because I don't necessarily need it.
Right.
But it's one of those things, like, you kind of see
Yeah.
that you're
that
running
I
low.
can do because I'm like, oh, I haven't bought new clothes in a while. Let me just go see what they have or whatever. To go somewhere specific like Marshalls or Target.
Yeah,
like, let's
yeah.
calm down. But like when people just want to go to the mall to like walk around, no, I would
Yeah,
rather die.
I have to be specific about
Yes.
what I'm shopping
Yes,
for.
yes.
Yeah,
yes.
so I don't like that.
Yeah, the best one is just like, oh, I need an outfit for a specific event, and then I have a whole mission, and that's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
But just window shopping, like, oh, let's just go walk around. No, I can stay home for that. Walk around for what?
The only reason I go to the mall is to get a soft pretzel, okay? Like, if I need to
like
go to
that
the
idea.
mall, like, we're getting a soft pretzel.
Yeah.
Because if I need to deal with this, I need a treat.
Yeah,
So that's just my mentality. If I have to make it to the mall,
yeah.
I'm getting a soft pretzel. But yeah, I don't like aimlessly shopping.
No, I don't like endlessly doing anything. Honestly. It just feels like a waste of time. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I could be on my couch right now. Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Well, there you have it. We don't like to do endlessly do anything. We're at 46 minutes.
okay. You want
Wrap
to
it
end
up?
it there?
Yeah. All right. So we hope you enjoyed this episode. We hope you learned a little bit more about us. We still have a couple questions that we really haven't gone through, so we may be able to do a part 2 of this if you liked it. So if you enjoyed this, definitely let us know. We're gonna be taking a little break from the podcast. It's gonna be a couple of weeks, and then we'll be back. We'll be back with some new content, new episodes. We're starting a season 2, and it's gonna be different. We're starting a new series. It's gonna be a whole thing. Keep up to date with our Instagram and our Facebook. Again, in the show notes, we have all that information. We also have our email if you have any questions for us.
Ideas of what you want to
Yeah,
hear.
ideas, exactly. If you have any questions, suggestions, whatever. But we'll be back. We're going to take a break for a couple weeks, and we'll be back. And we hope you enjoyed this episode. And as always, this is Fran.
This is Yadi.
We are the Midtown Misfits, and we will see you in a couple of weeks. Bye.
Peace.